Hello everyone, hello Mr. Everytime. My name is Quang. Today I will talk about data mining for Portuguese banking institution. We are group 5. We have 4 team members. The first picture is me. I will take part of the introduction. I will lead you guys to know what we will do in the report and what we will be mining with the data that we have collected. The second two team member is Anthony and Tong. They will take in part of the clustering and the classification of the data mining. The last picture is our team leaders. His name is Nguyen Hoang Anh. He was talking about the discussion and the conclusion. First, I want to talk about the business scenario. So Portuguese institution is struggling to predict where the clients of the bank will subscribe to a bank term deposit or not. So we have subject solution to the bank on what to improve in the system to obtain a better prediction of the client choices. So this is our data set description. So this tech in 2008, 2010, the bank department gave us two zip files, including bank zip and bank additional zip. So in the bank zip, there are the bank phone .csv and the bank additional phone.csv. So we decide to mine the bank phone.csv because it has full record described on the website called bank additional phone.csv means about 4,000 instances and less attributes. So this table represents the bank phone.csv and these attributes. Next is the data reprocessing. So first, after working with Weka, we have to replay on the semicolon by comma in the CSV file by using relating tools of the notepad, so we can work on that later. Second, after open Weka, we describe what the P outcome have many useless more attributes, and this also have many missing data, so we decide to replace the P outcome out of the dataset. Also, we realized that the data set was imbalanced, so we an undersampling was used. So this is before and this is after undersampling was used. So you can see that yes and the no was balanced. The next step to continue working with the data will be processing for classification method related to proximity. So we normalize all numeric attributes to the rank of 0.
Wanna? This is a simple algorithm that wanna generate one rule for the single predictor for the data set. Then this algorithm will choose the one main rule has the smallest error specifically wanna build a current table for a predictor tool. However, wanna is a slightly less accuracy than model algorithm during G48. This algorithm generate a string with decision tree C4.5 that show all aspects of the data into the small subject. Then, based on the subject, G48 will check standardize from the outcome of the split the information by choosing an attributes. Thus, all attributes can utilize G48 specific characteristics. For instance, G48 made missing a large attribute and attribute cost. Thus, G48 algorithm can improve accuracy by grounding. This is unpruning. There's a minimum object to feed it. Naive-based classifier is a set of algorithm classifier together based on a naive theorem. This is the mathematical formula used to calculate the conditional probability based on the specific condition that derive from the event. Naive is a collection of algorithms that share one common principle. Their classifier require cleaner parameter to number of variable. This supermeta machine XML to last classification model. The supermeta machines may perform linear or non-linear classification, regression, and even outliers identification. Its goal is to find a hyperplane that divide the sample into two equal half. Ultimately, the convex characteristic programming problem is when the interval has maximized.
K-nearest neighbor classification, or KNN in short, is a classification method to determine the likelihood of a single data point, whether it becomes a member of one group or another group. It is easy to understand and can be used to solve both regression and classification problems, but it is infamous for being slower than other algorithms as the size of the dataset increases. Artificial neural networks, or ANN in short, is when several algorithms try to recognize basic relationships of the item set inside the dataset by imitating how the brain works. They are computing systems inspired by biological neural networks that makes up an animal brain. In our clustering process, we only used one clustering method, which is simple k-means. It is a simple yet popular algorithm that starts by randomly selecting a mean point from a group, or also known as a centroid, to repetitively calculate the positions of other mean points in the group for optimization. It is an algorithm that tries to separate the dataset into non-overlapping k clusters in order to make the points in the data similar to each other, but also have a significant difference when the clusters are compared.
Hello, I'm Nguyen Hoang Anh. So I will talk about the discussion. To evaluate the performance of the model mentioned above, some metrics that can be used including TPR, precision, aperture, ROC area. However, we should choose only one evaluation metric because of the no freelance theorem. It means that if you choose precision, you cannot get the sensitivity or vice versa. When we look at the original dataset that is Bangfu or CSV, we saw that the number of failed campaigns is much larger than the success campaigns. So the bank has wasted a lot of money on people who did not subscribe for a term deposit. Therefore, we suggest the goal of the model is to maximize the precision for class no. Thus, the bank can be more confident to not apply the marketing campaigns to the people who won't subscribe for a term deposit. The Z48 with default configuration classifier was chosen to predict the outcome of the marketing campaigns because it has the best performance. If you look at the table in here. About the conclusions, first goal of this project is to construct a classifier to predict the result of the marketing campaign on a particular customer. One are G48 name-based ANN, SMO, and IBK with algorithm to build the models. Precision for the Casino was the evaluation metric to evaluate the performance of the models. In the end, G48 with the default configuration is the classifier with the best performance. We also use the k-means clustering to form 3 clusters of customers so that the bank can develop different strategies for each group of customers. Thank you for listening.